Hello, and welcome to another perspective drawing demonstration with me, Professor T. This demo is all about drawing an ellipse in one-point perspective, and how you use that ellipse to draw the volumetric shapes of a cone and cylinder. The materials I used are paper, red and graphite pencils, an eraser, a straight edge like a ruler or T-square, and a drafting triangle. Let's start off talking about how a circle fits inside a square. Since the basic unit of perspective is the cube, we can use that information to help us locate an ellipse or circle in perspective. Here I have a circle drawn in a square. My goal is to figure out how the diameter of the circle relates to that square. It is helpful to subdivide my squares so that I can locate more than just 4 points in my circle. Those 4 points that actually touch the square. So I divide the square into quarters by drawing lines connecting the opposite corners, and when I find the center, I draw vertical and horizontal lines. I then will add something called a tumbling square or diamond shape inside the square. By doing this, I have further divided each of those 4 squares into smaller units. I will now draw in this upper left-hand corner a subdivision in that very top square. I observe that the contour of the circle comes close to the halfway point of this new smaller square. And it is same for each of the 4 corners of this square. So if I can locate these 4 new points, along with the 4 original points where the circle touches the square, that will give me 8 points, and those points will help me locate my ellipse in perspective. So I want to set up my drawing space again by locating a horizon line, a center of vision, and a vanishing point. Since this is a one-point perspective drawing, the CV and VP will be the same point. I begin by trying to find that square in perspective. In this instance, I'm drawing it as if it were a flat plane. I will now follow the steps that I did in subdividing the square, just doing it with my square in perspective. Locating the center of the square, subdividing it into 4 quadrants. I have to remember that all parallel lines converge to the vanishing point, and in one-point perspective I have both those orthogonals and transversal lines. I need to locate that tumbling square or diamond shape. And once those are sketched, I have to locate these spots all the way around. So for my purposes here, I have the 4 main points. It's these ones that sit in the corners that are a little tricky. So I'm just going to eyeball about halfway, and I know that that circle is just inside those points. I will then go ahead and freehand my ellipse, being careful to make sure that it's a nice curved line. It's easy if you just take one small section at a time. Also know that each of these 4 corners will be different. You will have some real shallow curves in one part and some real steep curves in another. And that's how you draw a circle in perspective, also known as an ellipse. Now let's talk about how we can use our newfound skill of drawing circles in perspective to draw a few shapes. The first one will be the cone. The cone follows the same steps as the pyramid, but instead of having a square base, we have to draw a circular base. We use the center point of that base to draw an elevation line and then locate a height point for our cone. And from that point, we connect it to the outermost edges of our ellipse to complete our drawing. The next shape I'll draw is a cylinder. The cylinder is made of two ellipses that are aligned and connected at the edges. I find it best to draw a box and choose the two ends where I will draw my ellipses. Once the box is drawn, I just need to follow the steps for locating my circles. Remember that you have to find two circles. In my drawing, there is one on the top and one on the bottom. I follow the whole routine of locating centers, the tumbling square or diamond shape, and so on, so that I can correctly freehand my ellipse. Now that I have my ellipses finished, I just connect their outermost edges to finish off my cylinder. Now all I need to do is switch to my graphite pencil and draw the object lines. One last thing. As you make your ellipses, be very careful that you have curved edges all the way around. You do not want to have corners like this, which kind of look like a football, and you don't want to have flat edges like this, kind of looks like a hot dog. Make sure that the ellipse is nice and curved on all sides. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.